The race for the Premier League crown is heating up, and this season could be one for the ages. There's no shortage of big names, high-profile transfers, and emotion-charged stories driving the narrative. At the heart of the coming battle stands a bold question. Which club truly has what it takes to seize England's most coveted football trophy? And here's where it gets really intriguing. With every team facing their own upheavals and triumphs, the usual predictions just might be turned upside down. Let's break down this year's title contenders and the dramatic stories that set the stage for a season of fierce competition. Liverpool, under new manager Arne Slot, enter the campaign as defending champions following a dominant run last season, capturing their 20th league title, matching Manchester United's legendary record. The Reds actually coasted to the finish line, finishing a full 10 points above Arsenal, despite a 4-game winless streak at the end, hardly breaking a sweat. What sets tongues wagging is their headline summer signing, Florian Wirtz, the German playmaker, acquired from Bayer Leverkusen for a club record $156 million. He joins Hugo Ekitike from France and the versatile Dutchman Jeremy Frimpong, strengthening both midfield and wide positions. Frimpong's signing, in particular, is a move to plug the gaps left by Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's made a stunning switch to Real Madrid, and to provide backup when Mohamed Salah leaves mid-season to represent Egypt in the Africa Cup of Nations. The team's true coup, however, was securing extended contracts for both Salah and captain Virgil van Dijk, with rumors swirling of Salah's exit to the Saudi League after topping Liverpool's goal tally with 29 last season. Holding on to these two ensures stability at both ends of the pitch. Liverpool's pursuit of Newcastle's Alexander Isak is still ongoing, as Slot openly hinted at another bid for the Swedish striker who netted 23 goals last season, raising the possibility of adding even more attacking firepower. But the joy is tinged with heartbreak. The tragic car accident that claimed Diogo Jota's life this July has cast a shadow over preseason preparations. His absence has left emotional wounds that won't easily heal, not just on the field, but in every corner of the club. Arsenal, led by Mikel Arteta, have been the nearly men of the Premier League, finishing runners-up 3 years in a row. For a club with such a rich legacy, this stretch of almost is stirring agitation among Gunners supporters desperate to reclaim the title after a 22-year drought. The question that divides fans: will this finally be their year? In a bid to change their fortunes, Arsenal invested heavily in Viktor Gyökeres, a prolific Swedish striker, brought in from Sporting Lisbon for a cool £63 million, $85 million, after Arteta's frustration with last season's goal drought. The hope is that Gyökeres can offer the clinical edge they've been missing. But here's a twist that's already splitting opinion. Arsenal's move for Noni Madueke from Chelsea has set social media ablaze, with some supporters unconvinced by the England winger's credentials. Still, his flair adds depth to an attack that desperately needed options. The real midfield coup, though, could be new signing Martin Zubimendi, fresh off a Euro 2024 win with Spain, promised to add further steel to Arteta's carefully plotted system. Chelsea, after a rocky period on and off the field since their last title in 2017, Chelsea have burst back into the spotlight by steamrolling European champions Paris Saint-Germain 3-0 to claim the FIFA Club World Cup. Many now wonder if their reinvigorated squad is about to translate continental success into a Premier League resurgence. The signing spree continued, with João Pedro's attacking exploits instantly justifying his hefty price tag after scoring 3 times in the CWC semifinals and final. Alongside him, up-and-coming forwards Liam Delap and Estevao promised to make Chelsea's front line a nightmare for defenders. Interestingly, Estevao previously scored against Chelsea for Palmeiras in the CWC quarterfinal, showcasing his potential to be a difference maker. But here's the part most people overlook. The Blues' past struggles with cohesion and consistency could still haunt them. Will their triumph in the Club World Cup galvanize this squad? Or might a grueling schedule ultimately sap their momentum as the domestic season intensifies? Manchester City. Here's a real shocker. Manchester City, for so long the uncontested benchmark of English football, experienced a major wobble last season. The absence of midfield talisman Rodri and club icon Kevin De Bruyne, who has now moved on, has left major holes to fill. With Rodri set to miss the start of the new campaign, City's midfield, once their engine room, now looks less certain than ever. Despite this, City have splurged more than £300 million, $400 million in new signings, including Tijani Reinders, Rayan Ait-Nouri, Rayan Cherki, and others, with further arrivals in January as well. Guardiola himself admits the campaign ahead won't be a red carpet season, openly acknowledging the pressure to rebound after their 9-league loss meltdown and trophyless year. But the elephant in the room: the club still faces 115 charges of allegedly breaking Premier League financial rules, a cloud that could threaten their ambitions regardless of results on the pitch. As a verdict looms, how will this uncertainty affect the team's mental edge? Is their era of dominance at an end, or is a massive comeback on the cards? Manchester United, the chasing pack. Don't count out Manchester United, who have overhauled their attack despite off-field financial pressures. The arrivals of Mateus Cunha, Brian Mbeumo, and the high-profile signing of Benjamin Sesko from RB Leipzig demonstrate United's intent to challenge. However, preseason has brought its own tension, with captain Bruno Fernandes openly criticizing the squad's attitude, and Luke Shaw lamenting a toxic culture the new coach Ruben Amorim is striving to correct. The jury's still out. Will this shakeup deliver results or merely more turbulence at Old Trafford? Newcastle United, after risking everything for a Champions League spot last season, now find themselves at a crossroads. With Isak heavily courted by Liverpool and top target Sesko opting for Man United instead, the Magpies risk losing their edge and perhaps their place among the elite if key departures happen before the window closes. Aston Villa remain dark horses, having made the Champions League quarterfinals last term and boosted their squad with Ivory Coast winger Evan Gesund from Nice. However, transfer uncertainty looms, as star striker Ollie Watkins has been linked with all the current top 4 clubs. If Newcastle sell Isak, will the dominoes fall, making Watkins